Arunachal Shiva, Arunachal Shiva, Arunachal Shiva, Arunachal.
Thank you again for being here. So, the concentration in the sacred group is enlightenment, emancipation, moksha. So, what is it? What is emancipation? I love the word emancipation because you're really emancipated. You know, in India we say chutney, blended up all. There's no more you. There's no more you to judge the world, judge the other person sitting next to you, or judge your family, siblings, spouse, whoever. Right? So basically, there are a little bit of prerequisites. So what is enlightenment? It's total freedom to be just in that supreme reality. Your natural self, your nature, your true nature is the infinite reality, your own vastness, your own majesty. So how do we get to that? Because we're still in the realm of the ego mind, and we have set up ourselves for failure. To a certain extent, listening to the ego mind might bring you some joy, which is fleeting, never permanent. So like they say, everything in the world, the only constant is change, which means what? It's changing every time. There's no stability. It's changing all the time. So the stability, the constant, there's only one constant, and that is within you, not just in any church or temple. I don't want to say not in temple, because temples and churches, they give us the inspiration for bhakti. Bhakti means devotion. Devotion to that infinite within you, devotion to God, existence, bliss. So how do we achieve that in this everyday life, which is pulling you from all sides, telling you need to work harder, right? In any aspect of your life, everybody who's sitting here will have that pull by the ego mind, saying you need to do better, you need to find a partner really fast because your clock is ticking, blah, 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 all of this stuff. And what are all of this stuff is the belief systems of the Jagat. Jagat means world, belief systems of the world. And initially, they kind of benefit you, We went through all this 50, 60 years, whatever. And there are a lot of youngsters, beautiful youngsters as well. So when you start believing the belief systems, you have to follow that, right? Otherwise, you'll say, everybody in the world will say you're a failure. You haven't achieved the normal things what people achieve. You haven't achieved that. So, you're a failure, you're a loser. But go within and say, what is that you want? So going back to the prerequisites, humility, humility, humility. After humility, letting go, and total surrender. So to come to that surrender, you have to have a little understanding of humility. Come in front, Amuna, there's a place here. You have to understand humility. So last time we talked about what is humility and, there's misconceptions and all that. Simply be humble. In every act of yours, be humble. But I said that you can be humble, but you don't have to become a doormat. Because last time there were a lot of questions, right? Don't become a doormat, but just be humble. And in that humility, you can never go wrong. First, you have to come to that humility for God to pick you up. Unless you're humble, you can't go down on your knees. Unless you have complete, like sorrow and sadness, and you say, why God is doing this to me, giving me so much of sadness and sorrow. It is nothing but benevolence, because He is giving it to you because you have created some nonsense in the gazillion lives we have been here. So it's a process of karma. As you sow, thou shalt reap. What goes around comes around. The process of karma, universal law consciousness, universal consciousness, the law of universal consciousness. So how do we go through that? So actually God is picking us up and saying, helping us to go through the fire, and at the same time supporting you in a very deep way. But we don't see the support because we are suffering. So how do you get out of suffering to absolute peace, tranquility? So the realm of the mind ego is lust, greed, anger, desires, expectations. The realm of the spirit is vastness, serenity, immensity, total Sharanagati. So how do we come to that? So letting go, first humility, letting go. Dropping all of your desires. Ouch. See what I'm saying? The desires got us into where we are right now. No? Have the desires and expectations, and every time you're like this little, what do you call it? That little mouse that goes around. So you're always trying to keep up with the world. You're always trying to keep up with, what will make me happy. And it's very transitory. It's very fleeting. You may get happiness for a few moments, but not permanent. So what is that permanent? Sacred space that you can come to. So in a very simple way, it's going to be put to you. So if you can just follow this, you will be in a state of pure joy, unconditional love. See, we all talk about love, right? But is it unconditional? Love is always conditioned. You did this for me, right? I did this for you. So what are you going to do for me? Even if you don't ask, that is the underlying thing. If you go and check within, whatever is spoken today, go check within. Make a checklist of yourself and see, is this where I'm coming from? Even the most wonderful people will have a little hook there. So always the ego is always hooking you every time, sabotaging you, taking you away from the realm of pure silence, serenity, calmness, right? So you have the little desires, you're young, it's okay, but always step back and see, witness. So what we're going to do is so how do we come to this space, right? Going from falsity to truth. Falsity to truth. Asatoma sadgamaya. From asatya means untruth to truth. Tamasoma jyotirgamaya. So from darkness to light. Mrityorma amritam gamaya. So finally, from limited to that unlimited, tasting the sweet nectar of your own self. I'm not saying it's outside. I'm not saying it's here within me. It's only within you. And what we are doing is flashing the torchlight so that you will awaken within yourself to that immensity, to that vastness that you are right now. Right now you are that. But you don't believe it. Why? Because the identification of the little self, the body, mind, name, form comes into space and say, oh, well, I'm this great person. I've done so much for the world. I've done so much for my family, and nobody cares. And should I be just keeping on doing? It's your choice. You and you alone are the most important. So if you want to be in this path, please choose enough doing dharma for others. Though, what I'm going to read is about service. See, first you have to service yourself. Serve yourself. What you're doing is not selfish, right? Serve yourself to find God within you. And the moment you find God within you, then in a very, in a very silent way, you're actually making a big difference in the universe. As the only way you can make a difference in the universe, folks, not any other way. Not any other way. By looking at the light within you. So how do we get rid of the falsity? You know what I'm meaning? You know what I'm talking about, the falsity? Every one of us. Tell a little white lie here. Tell a little white lie there. It's okay. This is the part of the Jagat. It's okay for me to say this. There's nothing wrong with it. But with the self, you have to be radically truthful to yourself. What you get here is radical truth, authenticity. Go into your own authenticity and see how sparkling beautiful you are. And once you find that, the partner may come or he may not come. Are you prepared for that? Are you prepared for that? If you want to live in that vastness, are you going to be looking and taking a begging bowl and saying, oh, please, a little bit more money, just a little partner for me to make me happy? So somebody said a very beautiful thing. When do you need somebody? It's when you are in need. Not that the other person needs you. When you are in need, you go for that. So, okay, after that, what happens? Then you say, oh, this person never, acknowledged. I did so much for him. He never acknowledges. Don't bother about his need. He's not needing you. Just think about it, right? If you think about, nobody is needing you. If you don't have a need or an expectation or a desire, you are free here and now. Can you come to that? Do you have the courage to come to that? And what life presents, it will present. Before enlightenment, you're chopping wood, drawing water. After enlightenment, you're still doing the same. So that's not like oh my God, then what's the big deal, right? What's the big deal? She's still talking about enlightenment. So why should I be enlightened? I mean, what is in it for me? Freedom, where you will never ask yourself, I need something. It is provided. Now, I read this little thing in the morning. Money says, always seek me, and forget everything else. Earn me and forget everything else. Time says, follow me and forget everything else. Future says, just do everything for me, struggle away for me, and forget about everything else. And God says, just think of me and I will give you everything. Think of me and I will give you everything. And this is not, I'm not talking from a book, folks. Not from Bhagavad Gita, not from Upanishads, not from the Bible. Though it is all present, the truth is present in that. It is from an experience, personal experience within, that gives me this absolute abundance and flow of unconditional love to give away at every moment. Where I don't think of this little self called Shardama. Who's Shardama? Just a personality? It's not the personality which is speaking, no? It's not the personality. That which flows through the personality is speaking, and that which flows through the personality is the infinite self. Without the infinite self, I won't be sitting here, I won't be entering, I don't know what happens when I enter. So can you come to that space of seeing, coming to that sacred space where you can let go of the entire world and just be? So before I wanted to, this is coming up as I was driving, right now I want you to just relax. Just relax and forget about who you are as a person, your name, what you came here in the world to get, what all you have not gotten, and you are just a failure, and all of those nonsense. Just drop everything and simply relax. But all of those positionalities, if you drop, without judgment on this one, oh, what is she going to say? That's going to kind of inspire me. That also you drop. Because you can't, if you're not open to whatever God, because grace has brought you here for whatever reason. So many people signed up, they're not showed up here. We had an over house full today. No, it's not, is it house full? No. So only you were given the grace to come and sit here. So in that precious place, what are you going to learn today? What are you going to take with you? Is that the only time you can see the infinite within you is when you drop all of this toxic falsity, belief system of the world. And so be in the now, that, okay, right now she's saying something, I'm going to just be open to whatever is coming from her as infinite self, and there's nothing more to it. Now, how do we go from, the lacks to no lacks at all? How do you go from discontentment to contentment, pure joy, bliss? Give the microphone to Matthew.
For me, the same concept of as you're speaking, this enlightenment, what I feel is I guess really the only word I could utilize would be freedom. I feel free, increasingly free, because of what comes my way. I accept with no judgment, no assessment, no evaluation. It just I get to experience the flow, and what I feel is so much joy and appreciation for being in that space.
Very good.
And it's gratefully essentially a constant. So
Thank you.
that's it.
Beautiful. So when you're in the state of supreme silence, you can see your own vastness, no? Then you, no matter what happens around the world, the situations in your life, okay, you can just be that unshakable reality within. So can you do an inner renunciation? Outside you have to go about like the doing goes on, but the doership has dropped. Anybody still with the doership hanging around? Impressed? No doership, that's great. You telling me the truth? Just a little bit maybe. It's good. See, the main thing is your pure intention, right? Everything that has been said, it seems maybe seems like a lot, very simply said, but it's your pure intention. The moment you have that, you know, you're yearning the pure intention of this is what I want finally. I know now I'm in this mind ego thing, blah, blah, blah. It makes me run, you know, but I ultimately, this is what I want. And make a commitment to that. And if you can't make a commitment today also, give yourself some time. Be kind to yourself. Why? Because number one, I have a lot of patience. And the second one is that you have gone through gazillion lifetimes of doing this nonsense, you know? So be kind to yourself because you have that abhyasa of doing, right? Listening to the ego mind, right? So give yourself a little bit time, maybe more time, that's okay too. It'll be good to clear off, finish off in this lifetime, right? So you don't have to come back and face the same thing. But if some of you like to come back, lovely, be my guest. But you ain't going to be emancipated if you have the desire to come back and lead this fantastic life. Tell you that much, it's not going to be fantastic unless you are enlightened within. And trust me, you can do everything in the world. You know, you can do everything in the world, no problems. Because in that enlightened state, you'll be simply guided every moment. I don't think at all. There's no mind anymore to think about anything. Heart is thy name, O Lord. That's what Ramana Maharishi said. Heart is thy name, O Lord. Heart is much more intelligent than the brain or the mind or the ego. Heart is much more intelligent. Even the list, grocery list I put, that's only from my heart. I don't go check with my brain or something. Not that it doesn't exist, it is there. It's like the moon and the sun. It gets its light from your heart and heart alone. Like the moon gets its brilliance from the sun. And they say the moon is so beautiful. It's very nice. Not as brilliant as the sun. So that unshakable reality within, please concentrate on that. See, if you step back and see, okay, my mind is going, I'm going to go to work, I have to do a little bit. Still, you know, you're on this thing saying that, oh, I need more. I mean, whatever, it's simply witness. If you can catch it in the witnessing state, then you simply press the delete button and sit down and say, okay, why am I running? What for am I running to do this? You know. And if you just sit for a few minutes, you'll simply instantaneously come to the state of peace, which is your true nature. Which is your true nature. Even now, this moment. Even if you're not enlightened, that's your true nature. That's why I'm trying to tell you that that's your true nature. And you can always be in the true nature and everything is provided. Because simply you'll get up and say, oh yeah, I'll go to work. I'll do a little bit. You'll be provided. God will make you do that. You'll go to work, you'll do all that. But there is no doer. All the best surgeons, I've told this before, best surgeons are the ones who are completely Sharanagati, surrendered to that divinity within themselves. They say a little prayer, have complete faith that, okay, whatever this patient has to live, it's a very critical surgery, but there's no doer here. There's a great surgeon. I mean, the surgeon of the world, he's like fantastic, but he doesn't think so. Because every moment he's surrendering to that divinity within him. Do you have the courage to surrender? That's why we play the Durga, no? Durga is Parameshwari. Parameshwari means the supreme Shakti. Jagadamba is the one who is the universal mother, who gives you that Shakti, that power to simply enhance you and to inspire you, and you pray. But in this thing, we are so advanced. Now, few newcomers, which I'm sure you're advanced as well, because otherwise you won't be sitting here. So all of you are advanced. But we had to go to the next step next time when we come to the recognition that all forms also have to be given up. Parat Param Parameshwara. So beyond the Ishvara also you have to go. Beyond the Durga also you have to go. Beyond the Krishna also you have to go. Beyond the Jesus also you have to go. Who's Jesus? Nothing but yourself. Who's Buddha? There's a Buddha within you. There's a Jesus within you. There's a Durga within you. If only you accept that radiance and you accept that you can also be Durga Ma in a given situation, you'll notice yourself simply enacting that and you have no clue who's just doing it. Elshi was saying, yeah. So don't be afraid that you're doing your meditations and you're going deeper and you see yourself, like a couple of you have said, like, I'm going so deep, man, then I just come back because I'm afraid. What's going to happen if I go deeper? You think that God who created you will not take care of you. That's where you lack the total faith. So the faith is the crystal jewel. Faith is the crystal jewel.
Shiva.